A heartbreaking tale of love, hatred, and class war, when the poor man they mocked became the richest in ways money could never buy. I grew up knowing what hunger felt like, knowing what it meant to fold a shirt 3 times over just to hide the tear at the sleeve. So when I fell in love with her, the daughter of a billionaire real estate tycoon, it felt like living inside a fairy tale. She wasn't arrogant, she wasn't spoiled. She was human, and that made me love her even more. But her family, they made sure to remind me every chance they got, "You don't belong here." Her mother looked me up and down the first time I entered their marble halls and whispered loud enough for me to hear. Even his shoes screamed poverty. Her friends smirked behind expensive champagne glasses. Her brother once left an envelope with money on my bike, like I was some hired servant. And the worst part, she heard it all too. She saw how they treated me. One evening, after her father humiliated me in front of business partners, calling me a charity case she picked up, she found me sitting in the parking lot, fists clenched, ready to explode. She sat beside me and whispered, "We don't need them, we'll make our own kingdom. Now we will show them what the riches are." That night was the beginning of everything. We rented a single-room flat, with a broken fan that clattered every time it turned. I worked double shifts, she worked nights. Together, we built a tiny startup, nothing grand, just enough to keep the dream alive. They hated it. Her father cut her off, told her she'd come crawling back in weeks. Her friends blocked her. Her brother sent threats. They thought they were punishing us. What they didn't realize was they were giving us fire. We poured every ounce of love, every ounce of hatred, into that business. Nights without sleep, meals of instant noodles, tears when bills stacked up, but also laughter, the kind of laughter that only happens when 2 people are in the trenches together. 2 years later, we weren't just surviving, we were winning. Our small idea turned into a brand. Our flat turned into a company office. The same rich clients who once ignored me, now begged for meetings. And then the sweetest twist of fate. Her father's empire started to crack. Scandals, lawsuits, debts. The ones who mocked me now struggled to keep their heads above water. At a high-profile business gala, he came face to face with me again. He had aged, gray at the temples, anger in his eyes. He extended his hand, forced smile, and said, "Perhaps we can work together." I shook his hand, but in my heart, I whispered the same words I'd carried for years. "Now you see, this is what the real riches are. And you'll never buy it back. Because riches aren't just cars or penthouses. Riches are choosing love in the fire of hatred. Riches are building something so strong that even those who laughed at you, end up watching from the ashes of their pride." And as she stood beside me, glowing, smiling, the woman who chose me over gold, I realized we had already won the richest war of all.